happened in June. By December, I was already on Forbes 30 under 30 list.
Apparently, no one knows his name. But
My name is Esse Menino, this boy, este niño, questo ragazzo. And I'm a comedian, Brazilian. I'm a Brazilian comedian.
Tô falando mesmo com você, mulher hétero cis!
They can make marketing, like a brand content, become really fun, become really funny, in a way that people are gonna share it.
Esquece. Comigo o ritmo é frenético. O golpe tá aí. Cai quem quer.
Is there any kind of secret to going viral?
The secret is being hot, and I do that very well.
there was not the weight of the responsibility of being not just an influencer, but being a voice.
The video that made me successful was like a political video in a sort of way. That's something that people expect from me.
Swipe up or more?
Hi everyone, welcome to Beyond Marketing Podcast. I'm Mara Genovese. I'm the founder and CEO of Empower, a global integrated market agency. We are ready today to laugh a lot and learn as much, I'm sure we will. In today's episode, I have today with us the incredible Brazilian comedy phenomenon, Esse Menino.
Oh, wow.
Esse Menino, because apparently no one knows his name, but I would try to get this out of this podcast by then. So let's see. So he's gone viral with all his comedian videos during the pandemic. And since then, he became a real social media star beyond Brazil. He's on tour in Europe with his stand-up show and joining us live today, what a privilege, from our studio in London. And sharing this podcast episode with me is the incredible Adam Sheffield.
Sheffield.
I don't understand why everyone has a very complex and surnames. Our account manager at Empower, and my lovely friend too, is his first time co-hosting this podcast with me. Welcome, Adam.
Thanks, Mara. It's such a pleasure to be here today. I'm very excited for the conversation, guys. I had the privilege to follow Esse Meninos in his tour, European tour. And the only thing I can say, Mara, is it was absolutely amazing. His fan base and his charisma is just out of this world. So yeah, excited to this conversation today.
So welcome.
Thank you. Hello, guys. Hello, world.
Yes.
I'm really excited to be here, feeling very important.
But you are very important.
Oh, stop it.
Yes, you are. Thank you so much for being here. I know
pleasure.
you've been traveling quite a lot the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, the past 2 weeks.
Okay, but with a very good outcome from all your shows.
Yeah.
I heard.
It's been
sold
great.
out.
Sold out. Receiving in euro.
Wow.
Let's convert that later to real. But it's been amazing. It's been like the best experience. I always say like the Euro tour was a part of my dream that I didn't even like dare to dream, you know? Like I didn't even imagine it would happen so fast to be doing this. And it's been amazing. Adam been with me the whole time. It's been a dream.
And you were in tour in Brazil as well. So it's been like 2 months there.
For the past 2 months, yeah.
And it is the first time you're doing the tour in Europe.
The first time.
But before I go into the tour, to the details, because as he's in London, he's doing the shows tomorrow and Friday. But I guess when you see this podcast, guys, it's going to be too late. But he will come back.
It's
already
sold
out.
Mm.
But anyway, I want you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Of course.
What's your name?
My name is Esse Menino, this boy, este niño, questo ragazzo. And I'm a comedian, Brazilian. I'm a Brazilian comedian. And I'm from Minas Gerais. I'm from the countryside of Brazil. And I'm an actor, a comedian, talk show host. I do everything. I am very gay also. That's very important to say. And I kind of have like this flamboyant style to see life and to create comedy from literally anything, like the most common things in life to political statements, to the things that happen in Brazil, to the world. I like to talk about everything. I think comedy is a very powerful tool to express and to talk about us humans in a more light way, you know?
But tell, like, I'm very curious of like how did it all happen? So how it's because like as you said, you've been a comedian for a long time,
Yeah.
but then at one moment you became that superstar,
Yeah.
especially in Brazil, and now he's taking the world. But it's like what was the moment that the social media, especially on your own platform, just actually changed it completely and you went like, wow, my message is spreading and it's
Okay.
working.
Let's go. It's almost like it's crazy. It's like a Marvel movie, you know? It's like
Yeah.
it's a whole journey. Because I started doing videos in 2018. It was at a time that like influencers was not really a thing.
Okay.
People had like, there were bloggers and things like that. Like YouTubers was really huge at the moment. But people had Instagram as like an account that you had. You didn't really make money out of that. So I started to post my videos as a form of like a portfolio. You know, I was a student. I did cinema in college, and I was trying to get hired, show people what I could do, show my scripts, my acting skills and everything. So I started to post some videos online. In 2021, while the pandemic was happening, I decided to post a video talking about a very sensitive subject that was the whole situation with Brazil negotiating the vaccines with Pfizer. That they wanted to make Brazil like a model country, start doing the vaccination there. But the president at the time didn't really want to respond. Like they sent over 100 emails and got no response. He just ignored it. And I kind of, with like my abilities in comedy and writing, I decided, okay, so I'm going to do like a scene that's like a rom-com scenes where like the girl tries to talk to the boy and he doesn't answer and things escalate very quickly. So it's like a very formal email at the beginning, and then it's like a little bit more nervous, and then she's drunk, and then she's like losing all of the, like, she's talking not in a corporate way. And I was Pfizer at the video trying to talk to them. And it was like overnight. Like I think in 2 days, I gained like 1 million followers.
In 2 days.
In 2 days.
Whoa.
And it was insane.
And then since then,
I'm rich now. Like, no. And since then, my life.
thank you, Five.
Thank you. No, but since then, my life has changed completely. Because before that, I used to work like at the mall, selling clothes, and now I live off that. You know, like I live off my talent, I live off my art, and it wasn't possible to do that before. Because also after everything happened with Pfizer, I kind of found myself in this circus where I was like, okay, the way to make money and to change my life and being able to finance my projects, it's working with publicity and working with marketing and working with all that stuff. And I had something that a lot of other people didn't have, which is ability to write sketches and comedy.
Because you write all your content.
I write everything.
So before you actually...
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's spontaneous, but mostly I write the jokes, I write the script, I act, I edit everything. Wow. And I remember, like, because my brother is here with me today, he's my producer. And the day that everything happened, I think we received like 400 emails of like people trying to work with me and trying to like, and not like our country, our president, I responded to those emails. And I was like, okay, I want to work with everyone. I want to do this. But they had this sort of like resistance at the beginning because they were like, okay, we want you to recreate that video. But like this time you're going to talk about our brand. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Because if I do that, my career would end here. It's going to be like a moment and I want to last. So I have this other ability that I can give you guys. I can make marketing, like a brand content, become really fun, become really funny in a way that people are going to share it. Not sometimes even like understanding at first that it's a brand content, you know? And it was there was this sort of resistance at the time. And then a brand in Brazil, a skincare brand that kind of like took a chance on me. And they were like, okay, let's do it. And then I did that.
And
then
it worked.
And it worked really well. I think it had like 5 million views. And then all the brands that were like, okay,
Can
see
do
you
it.
later. They were like, so we've been thinking. And what about like our project together? And then things started to happen. And then in that year, it happened in the middle of the year. It happened in June. By December, I was already on Forbes 30 under 30 list.
Wow.
Whoa.
I worked a lot. I had a burnout, but here I
Here
am
you go.
now.
So what's the secret of going viral? 'Cause there are lots of pressures from the clients and brands
Yeah.
sometimes to have their content going live and going viral as well, nationally, globally as well. So how does it work? Is there any kind of secret to going viral?
The secret is being hot. And I do that very well. No, I mean, I actually love to go on meetings and talking to people, and they're like, so you're gonna do the video, we're gonna post it, and it's gonna go viral, and then like it's nothing, you know. And I always say to them like,
But they ask you, and you're gonna do it, and I want to go viral. So
yeah, like they think it's some,
demand
yeah,
that.
they demand like they
Yeah.
think it's something like so easy,
Easy to
you
do.
know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I always say that like what goes viral, we don't decide that. Like
Of
the
course
audience
not.
decides that, you
Of
know.
course.
And the algorithm.
Yeah, the
right?
algorithm, exactly. But like, if the audience is in the audience hands, like I posted that video, the Pfizer video, it was for me like another one. Like I had been 3 years of content online already, and I thought that I went viral before with other videos that went really well, but then I felt that power, and I was like, oh, I have no control of this. Like people decided, they decided they love this video, they
And
want to
they
see more of
shared.
me. Yeah, they shared everything. So great.
And it
Now-
creates a kind of the same expectation to have 30 million views.
Yeah, on
like,
everything.
every piece of content that you
Exactly,
produce.
especially if it's like something brand related, you know, because I think I talk a lot about that a lot with the brands in Brazil, because it's like no one really is obsessed with the brand. Like no one really is like a fan of the brand. They are my fans.
Yeah, you're
you
a
know?
fan, exactly.
Like they like to see me winning in life. They like to see
Exactly.
me working. They like to see my job, me doing all those stuff. No one is like, oh my god, like this brand
I will
it's
love.
my life.
Yes.
That's not how it works, you know? So it really is like us working together to make that happen. So I always talk about like, if you give me the liberty, we can do something different that maybe will go viral, you know? I need that creative power so that we can move to a direction that is not what everyone has done.
Yeah.
And then
It has to
maybe,
be more
you know,
or-
we're going to get like a different attention. And sometimes it's not like going viral on numbers, but it's like making people see the brand in a different way. You know,
That's what
because I work with brands sometimes that are very serious. You know, they're like, I work like with the pharmacy industry. There's a lot of do nots,
Do
you know, there's a
nots.
lot of things you can say, you can do, and I still do it in a way that it's funny. So it's like, let's try that instead of
It's like a disconstruct in a sense.
exactly. It's
And this is
changing the
something that
perspective.
I like you the most, like how confident you are in content production. It doesn't matter like the kind of topic you go there, you really believe in what you're saying. And this
Yeah.
is so important for the influencer
the-
industry as well, for the people to create like a affinity and trust what you're saying.
Oh my
so
God,
how
yeah.
does it work? Because sometimes it's quite hard for you to, you know, navigate the entertainment industry with the comedy shows, but also like working with such important brands and
Yeah.
clients. So
I think especially because the video that made me successful was like a political video in a sort of way. That's something that people expect from me, you know, like a sort of alignment on what I do and what I think, and the all the flags that I hold, you know, to match the content that I make. So that is something like I had to say a lot of no's to a lot of companies that just
Not aligned with
not
you.
aligned and don't have like the same social impact that I, you know,
Yeah.
I agree with.
Yeah.
So that's something, but that's the thing. That's how you create an audience, you know, that's how you make
Yes.
people feel connected with you and learn that they can trust you, which I think it's a very important thing.
Yeah.
And even when you made a mistake, they're like, okay, that was an honest mistake. Like that happens sometimes. It's not, I love that because my audience is not like one of those aggressive audience. They're like, you're canceled, it's
You
over,
can-
bye, you know, because they
But
like
there's a lot
what
of that out
that
there.
happens a lot.
Yes.
Exactly. So you know, it's really a relationship that you have to create and keep doing it, you know?
But like you said, like the brands, they said, I want to go viral, I want to go viral, which is great. Everyone wants to go viral.
Yeah.
However, is there anything beyond going viral? Like they're looking to your numbers in terms of conversion.
Yeah.
Like if you're a skincare brand, I wanted to go viral, but if I'm the brand, I wanted to make sure that your viral video is going to actually convert in sales, because at the end of the day, there is the brand awareness piece, but there's also the element of conversion. So you're equal good on being viral, but also on conversion.
Thank God, yes.
Okay.
Let's make that
Thank
very
God.
clear. Yes.
Converts a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Swipe up
because
for more.
I like everything I do. I always talk about that with the brands and everything, because there is this idea that, okay, so we're gonna give you this sort of freedom with like creating things, a creative freedom. So they think I'm going to do like everything like crazy and it's going to be an experimental video.
No.
Everything I do is based on the briefing, you know, like it's based on the information that they give me. So it's like we meet in the middle. I'm going to do something that I know that my audience is going to like, but I know you guys want to give some information about your product, you know, like the things that is most important is a promotion, is something on sale, you know, is I'm going to give to the audience something, the thing that you guys want me to tell them, but I'm going to do it in my way.
In your way.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
In our communication, the way that we communicate, the way that they understand me. So that happens a lot because the audience feels like there's already a connection with me. They already know that I have this sort of quality control on the jobs that I accept. So they're like, okay, this product seems interesting. I'm going to at least like try it. You know, and then it's like with them.
Because at the end of the day, you need to be very genuine and very authentic to who you are, right? But then there is this pressure of the brands that if I'm investing, then you have to give this return,
like
and that return.
Something that I don't do that they know is like I almost never say like, okay, this water, it's my favorite water in the world. I only drink this water. I have never drank any water before. You know, I don't do that because it's not real and it's not true. I try to say, okay, so if you try this water, you will like it because this water has this and this and that. And I just had a sip. It's really good. You know, like you build from that instead of trying to trick the audience into liking something, you know?
And you said that before you went viral, you were working in a mall, but you're also doing the videos, videos on Instagram only or YouTube as well.
I did it on YouTube because I felt like everyone was doing it and I had to be there. But I always liked Instagram more, especially because of this thing where on my feed is my product and on my stories, it's our world. You know, it's like, I'm going to show you guys my day. I'm going to show you guys how I did this video. I'm going to show you the behind the scenes. So I always like this dynamic. It's almost like the stories is the reality show. It's like the documentary about a movie. Yeah. And on the feed is the movie, you know? So I was on YouTube. And at a certain point, I really could see how on Instagram things were working, you know? Especially because this whole influencer market started to happen. And I was like, okay, I think I'm going to focus on this. And then out of nowhere, like when the video went viral, TikTok was happening. So we had to like take the video that was going really, really well on Instagram and make it work on TikTok.
And it worked?
It worked very well because here's the thing. My video, when I talked with Instagram and I went to meet everyone, and that's the thing, they said to me like, usually, because at the time there was this thing called IGTV.
Yeah.
There were longer videos. Remember that?
IGTV.
We're talking about like
decades
ago.
They killed IGTV, right?
They killed that.
Oh
Everything now is
real.
real. And then, usually IGTVs, like they don't go viral because they're big. Like the Pfizer video has like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
That today is like a movie.
Which was like long videos.
Yeah, you know, like that's a long video. So what we did on TikTok, we cut the video in 4 parts and we posted them separately. And then all of them went viral separately.
Wow.
You know, so we had to really adapt things to TikTok. And now like I produce for Instagram, I produce for TikTok, and like, because it's a different way. Yeah, it's a different way of thinking.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Essie, what's your favorite platform at the moment? Because I know you're kind of exploring new, channels as well, and it's interesting to see how you initially started online on the digital landscape, and now you're kind of exploring theaters, comedy shows. Is there any kind of activation you're looking for, maybe next steps and projects as well, something that maybe connect you if with different challenges now? So anything you can share?
On 2021, when I went viral, I had this project called Poodle, that is a special comedy that was already like done. I actually posted the Pfizer video to promote this special that I was going to release because I wanted already to do something different, and I wanted people to see me more than 1 minute, 2 minutes. I wanted to give them like a full special hour of comedy. And I released that special at that time that I was receiving all this attention, and I sold it on a crowdfunding platform. It sold it like over, I think, 20,000 tickets. People watch online. It was what was happening at the moment.
In 2021.
In 2021, and everyone should stay at home, so they were watching it, and it was like a real huge success, and it really gave me this feeling of like, maybe I don't need streaming services as much as I think I do. Like, I would love to be on a streaming service. It would be amazing, but it's a huge process, and they sometimes cut you off creatively a lot.
Yeah.
And the final product is not what you want it to be. So I really want to think of ways of doing that and encouraging other artists to do that, and maybe being the way that's going to show them how to do that, because I think we're like the algorithm has been killing art, and it's a bummer. It's real sad, and I think they're gonna regret it at some point, because everything's short, everything's fast, everything is, you can throw it away at any moment. So I wanted to think of a way of doing that, like I want the show that you've been watching, the Euro Tour, I want to do it in a really artistic way, to record it, to put it on a platform where I can put my jokes out without worrying if the CEO of a sort of streaming service didn't get the joke and wants the joke out, but my audience would love the joke. So I think that's something that I'm interested in, to kind of create a different platform for people to create and monetize directly with their audience.
Why comedy?
Wow. Such a deep question. I don't know. I think comedy kind of chose me. Comedy was like when you're like a teenager, you're a kid, and you had like this obsession. Some kids is like cars or dinosaurs. Mine was comedy. I was obsessed with funny people. All the women in my family are hilarious and kind of crazy, like in a good way. Sometimes I worry, but it's like they are all amazing, and I always thought like, okay, so funny people really have, like, they really found a way to hack life, because life is hard, life is complicated. And with comedy, I always say that too, because when you laugh off something, it doesn't make the problem go away. The problem's still there, but you're going through it in a different way. Like, you're going through it in a way that you're not going to suffer.
You find ways to deal with the problem.
Yeah, exactly. And because you have two options. You can cry or you can laugh. Sometimes you can do both, And I chose to laugh. I cry too sometimes. But laughing is the way that I found to survive. Especially growing up as a really effeminate kid, a gay kid in a part of Brazil that people don't have a lot of information, So it was the way that I found to navigate through that. I navigated to high school, which is a very complicated time in any person's life, but like in a gay teenager life, it's the worst. And, it was how I survived that whole thing. It was
Do you think it was an escape? Like, you're trying to figure like, how can I escape into that, and then I'm gonna...
I think it was more
or
like...
to be acceptable, like, because I am a gay, but how I'm gonna be how people accept me. So maybe I'm gonna get the comments to be
kind of break their walls.
To break the walls, to be...
I think so. I think I use comedy to break people's walls, but not in a sort of way to they accept me.
Okay.
But to show them that they already liked me. But they
Regardless.
like they had this prejudice, like they had this thing, this homophobia internalized in them. There was like, okay... Like, I used to hear, people used to say, tell me this. They would say, let me think like how to say it in English, but they used to say like, he's gay, but he's really nice.
Oh my god.
You know, like
Oh,
one
no.
thing is the opposite to the other.
Yeah.
Like he's gay, but like he's really funny. And the thing that people were laughing with me and not at me, they couldn't really, like, you know, because I was in control of the jokes. I was the one
Making
bringing
the
that,
jokes.
yeah, you know, like bringing that attention. So it was like a power shift, you know. And I think comedy, like, it really helped me go through like the worst phases in my life. And the best.
When you say the worst phase in our life, I'm just saying I'm going back to our childhood and
yeah.
because I think like for us as a human being, everything that we do today, at least for me as an adult life, there's a reflection of how my upbringing was, right?
Yeah.
How was my life when I was a kid? How was my life when I was a teenager? And how do you become who you are? There's a lot of connection with who you were in the past.
Your inner child.
Right, exactly. When you tell the world like I'm a gay and this is who I am, and which age that happened, and how did you decided to how to do it, who to tell, and to embrace that?
You have seen it at my show. I talk about that
Yes.
of when I come out.
No
like
spoilers,
if you're gonna see my show tomorrow, I talk about having depression. I talk about coming out and being rejected.
Okay.
I talk about like the hardest times, and it's hilarious. So I came out to my parents when I was 13. I was really, really young. I already knew I was gay. I don't really remember a reality where I didn't know I was gay. I didn't have this phase or denying or
Okay.
thinking I was bi, you know, like I didn't have that. Like I always knew I was gay. And I wanted to, and then whatever, like someone bullied me at school, I wanted to fight back. I wanted to say something back, you know?
And did you?
Because it was like a small town, I was afraid to do it. And then like my parents was like, so I've heard that you've been telling people at school that you're gay and you love it. What? You know? So I was like, okay, so I have to tell them first.
And then
And
I can come back here
then
and fight you all.
Exactly.
And now
So-
your favorite one of the family, no?
Yeah, now I'm the favorite because I'm famous. So I decided to tell my dad first.
Okay.
And he was kind of like not so bad about it. He didn't, because that's the thing, people don't have information.
No,
you
they
know.
don't. It's true today, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. Like right now in Brazil, we have to fight for our gay marriage, which is insane.
Insane.
And so he didn't, because that's the thing. Like they thought that I was so young, you know, like I was doing something that I shouldn't, you know, because they didn't have the information that we're born like that.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, so what you're doing? Like, who are you? Who you've been with? You know? And I was like, no, I haven't been with anyone. Like I just know. Like, how do you know you're straight?
You just know it.
You just know it, you know? And then my mother was the whole thing. She's very religious. And then it was very hard. But even then, when I didn't feel like the support of the people that I love the most, I was like, okay, I have myself. You know, I have myself and I have comedy. And I have all these abilities to just
Be who I am.
be who I am, you know? And it's going to be hard. But I can take it, you know, until the point where I don't have to take it anymore. Until the point where I'm going to leave this small town. Until the point where I'm going to move to a bigger city. Until the point where I'm going to be in London on a podcast.
Yes.
You
see?
know? And
So
that-
you kind of manifest.
I
as
manifest
well.
all
'Cause
the time.
I love manifestation.
I do it all the
and,
time.
It's just for me like the power of manifestation
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
people that don't believe in manifestation, they don't know what they're missing in life.
No, my
right?
God.
They
That's
really
true.
don't know.
Just how the
So and then
universe.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think for listening to you saying, you actually manifest,
A lot.
even if it was not in, verbally, but in your head. You're manifesting
And with
your
actions.
future with actions. Yeah,
Yeah.
because guys,
Yeah,
don't take me
100%.
like universe manifestation. It's real.
I'm waiting.
It works, but you have to act it. Like because some people say, "Oh, but I'm there." I'm asking the
True.
universe to manifest, but nothing's happened. Like yes,
No, we
because
need action
you
as well,
need
plan.
to
You
have
need to do
some- You need to do
something.
something because
And that's interesting because when we first met, when you came to participate of the Great campaign with Lionsgate, you said that I'm coming back to London in a
That's
very special way,
Oh,
and he was not
not
very
yet,
that's about
confirmed.
manifestation. He was like
Wow,
planning to
wow.
return, and now here you are.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
And it was, and also like I think another thing that I think helped me a lot in my career is that I never take an opportunity for granted. you know, like I was coming to London to work with Lionsgate, work with you guys. And I was like, okay, great. I'm not leaving without making some contacts. I'm not leaving.
I thought that was all planned
And
before.
no,
Wow,
like I
okay.
like the opportunity happened, and I was like, okay, I'm coming. I didn't know that was going to be like Adam. We clicked really fast.
Imagine, 'cause
I
he's-
clicked with
he's
Jeff
nice.
way too much, and I should, you know. So it's like, it was like I was like, okay, there's great people here, who know places, who know people, like. Great, let's try to make an opportunity out of that, And then I remember, like, I called my brother I think the day of the set, and I was like, so I think something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I
And lots of
think-
fans as well on the streets,
yeah,
remember?
and that was great because I was here walking, doing the whole thing, and then a lot of people stopping me wanted to take pictures, telling me that they love my job, and I was like, okay, so it's time for us to move.
Things
And and we
around.
need to go to Europe, we need to go whatever people are at, and give them what they want, give them a good comedy show.
And why no one can know your name? Can I know your star sign at least?
My star sign?
Yes.
Of course. What do you think I am?
Oof, do you think I'm gonna get this right? I normally get it right. Oh my god.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sagittarius or
No,
Gemini?
Gemini.
Gemini. Oh my
She got it right.
I got it right. Sagittarius with
People
the
think
T's.
Sagittarius when they like meet me for like the time that we've been here talking. But if you meet me like a little bit more, you will see the Gemini right away.
What time do you think I am?
Ooh, okay. You're very confident. You're very powerful. Wait, are you a Libra?
Oh god, I'm a Gemini.
You're a Gemini too? Oh my god! Amazing.
Confidence, power. It's Gemini.
Communication power.
I'm Libra, so just
power.
describe me. as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we love each other at first.
We clicked
sorry,
right away.
Adam. Sorry,
No
Jeff.
way.
That's the end of it. I knew it was like a Gemini or Sagittarius. I was a
Something.
little... Okay, but then your name. Can I ask your name?
You can ask. I won't
What
answer,
is your
but you
name?
can ask.
Does Adam knows your name?
I don't think so.
No, he doesn't.
He does, Adam.
Essie. That is interesting how people say actually Essie. You call him all the
Yeah,
time
Esse
Essie.
Menino.
Essie. There are some variations as
That's
well.
the thing,
Esse,
like-
Essie, Essinho.
I've always wanted like an artistic name that wasn't like a real name.
And why Esse Menino? By the way, Esse Menino, guys, is this boy.
This
This
boy.
boy.
Yeah. It's kind of like a saying in Brazil where like when you
Yeah.
don't know someone's name, you go like, oh, esse
Expression.
menino.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah,
like an
and
expression.
I've always liked the idea of being like famous and anonymous at the same time.
Okay.
Like not people like having a name that literally means I don't know your name. Like I always like this idea. And also because like the way that I sell myself, like if you see me live at concert, I dress up like a pop star. Like I have this
Love
I
it.
take care of this visual part of my job, So I wanted like a pop name. I wanted to like to sell myself like Andy Warhol did, like Lady Gaga did, like all of these people that didn't really Andy Warhol is the name, but like Lady Gaga, I wanted to make this persona, and I think Esse Menino was a good way to go.
Interesting. So who is influencing you now? So what are the influencers that you follow, for example? Can you pick like maybe one or two?
The influencers that I follow,
Yeah.
That influence
Influence,
you.
someone that can kind of influencing you.
I have like a lot of influences from like when I was starting to learn comedy, from watching like movies and everything. But right now, I believe that the people that influence me the most are the people that I work with. I had worked with a lot of comedians in Brazil. They opened my show. They're like my opening act.
Love it.
Yeah, so it's
Nice.
great to like, because that was kind of my dream too, like to meet people that do what I do.
Yeah.
They have the same passions that I do. And I've worked right now on the tour in Brazil with Nini Magalhães and Babu Carreira. There are amazing comedians, two amazing women that come from very different places and talk about very different things. So like really make women comfortable and really
Love it.
make them with their bodies, with their stories, with their social status, like everything. And it's really amazing to watch them work and exchange with them on the road. They've been amazing. But Someone that I like to follow a lot, that I think is a genius at what they do, is, you guys know Bretman Rock?
Yes.
Bretman Rock is like a phenomenon. Bretman
He's
Rock
a
is
phenomenon.
insane. Like, he lives his own life. Like, he kind of created this whole beauty guru thing. Then it started to get really boring. Then he left, and now he like raises chickens in Hawaii, and it's like, and he makes that entertainment. So it's someone that I like to watch and who sells product really well too.
And then like
choice.
how, because like Comet, success, being viral, doing a lot of brands, advertising, and now with with your amazing show that is huge success in Europe. How do you feel that you are influencing
Wow.
using your voice? Because at the end of the day, you're an influencer. And then what I talk a lot with my friends that are influencers is just like, when everything started with influencer marketing 7-10 years ago, there was the influencer promoting products or doing videos, but there was not the weight of the responsibility of being not just an influencer, but being a voice, right? Because it's beyond influencer. You're a voice out there, and whatever you say, there is a responsibility,
of course,
right? So how do you see your voice being now empowering, especially your community, or empowering kids? Or is because what you have beyond the comedy, which is absolutely incredible, is the power of your voice, and how this can change people's life, people's way of thinking, everything.
Yeah. Good question. So I think the thing that I like the most about my job, and I do it online and I do it on stage, is that I don't ask permission to be who I am. You know, I don't expect people to accept me. That is not on their hands. They don't have that power. I am a person. I deserve respect. I am an artist. I am here with a work to show you. You may not like it, but it's here. And if you like it, there's a lot more to come.
Yeah.
So I feel like by doing that and by making money being myself, I can really show to other generations, and even the generations right now, that especially people in the community, that you're not a puppet, you know, that you're like a stage, you're a voice,
100%.
you know, like they need you. These brands, they need you. They need you to connect with an audience. And even it's like sometimes about money. Sometimes it's also like, you know, like you do a skincare thing, like you're talking about feeling good with yourself. You know, if you do makeup, you're talking about how we use these tools to express ourselves, fashion and everything. So I think what I do that I like is that, you know, like I do it my way. Of course, I'm a professional. I talk to people. We meet in the middle always. But I think that's the thing that I do, you know, like I don't ask permission. I just am.
Just you are. And then do you think that you are empowering others to be who they are?
I think so. I really think so. And I also think that not only I'm doing that, but I think I'm also, like Adam saw, my audience it's very...
I was quite impressed as well, like how friendly your fan base is, and they follow you wherever you go, and they probably know more about you than you do sometimes. And it's quite, I was so impressed. And so how do you nurture, for example, your audience? How do you keep connect with them? Because it's so it's kind of genuine conversation with them. They feel very like they are friends. That's the feeling that I had. So
I think that that's great. I think it's because like how the way that I do that, it's keep having a point of view. You know, even if my point of view changes because, you know, Geminis. But,
really well.
But even like, you know, I always stick to myself, and I am a person who likes to, I always look for the right information. I'm a person who I am responsible with the things that I'm saying. So if I'm saying, I research it before. And if it's out there, I'm going to stick to it. You know, I'm going to go with that thing, and you guys can trust me, and you guys can trust me to give you a right information. You guys can trust me to help you through a tough time. You guys can trust me to just laugh, you know? So I feel like that's how we do that. And I think another thing with that I have been doing with my voice is that my audience is really diverse, and there's a lot of like parents, and there's a lot of people,
Love that.
you know, that maybe have a gay kid at home,
And
or
you're
have,
helping them.
you know, and
to-
I'm helping them to
yes.
show that your kid is going to be successful, your kid going to be loved, your kid belongs in the society, your kid could be a star, your kid could be gay and boring, that happens sometimes. Not me, but you know. And you know, like, it's just giving them, just showing them that here we are, we're living life, and all that.
It's like
that's
education, like
yeah,
at the end of the
exactly.
day, to educate
And all of that, like
audience
the bad things that we know about being gay and growing up and having a tough time, we created that environment. The parents sometimes create that
100%.
environment, and we can change that. We can always change that.
And you are changing that. So
Thank
well
you.
done. They're saying to me, Mara, it's over 40
Oh.
minutes. But I say, I wanted to stay here forever.
I
I always
love
say
it.
that special guests, I always say like, we need to do an episode 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yes.
would love to come back.
Next station.
My
for season
love,
2.
if you have to do an advertisement for MG Power in 1 minute, what's this advertisement gonna look like? I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Wow. So I'm gonna be paid after this? Just to know. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna, I don't know if I can do it right now, because also another thing that people work with me know is that I need at least like 5 days to give you like a really
That's why I'm putting you on the spot.
script. But I can guarantee you that if I did an advertisement, it was going to be really funny, really informative, and it would have like the algorithm go insane.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
can't
let's let's talk about it. My love, first of all, congratulations.
Thank
What
you.
a beautiful story, and what amazing for you to be in Europe doing your own show.
Yes.
That you don't, as you said, that you're not need to have any streaming behind what you're doing.
Yeah.
That you're having that creative freedom, that your shows are sold out, and that your voice is being heard beyond Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're in London and you're gonna do 2 shows, and what I heard is
Yeah,
it's
it's
sold
absolutely
out.
amazing, isn't it?
It's just like the beginning, because you have that power of manifestation, but you also work really hard.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your voice is actually empowering so many other people out there that you probably not even imagine. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you're going to continue to fly high. And then just the beginning.
Thank you so much. It was great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And thank you so much for everyone that's listening to us today. Thank you, Adam, my love.
Thanks for having
being
me
my
as well,
co-host
guys. It's such a
today.
pleasure, especially like Essie.
Yes,
He's my favorite
so-
influencer ever. So
Wow.
yeah,
Oh, that's so
it
nice.
was so nice to have this conversation.
Thank you for the time, and thank you for everyone that's
Anytime.
been listening to us today. I hope you have enjoyed this conversation. If you not follow Esse Menino, just please make sure you do so, because it's completely unmissable to follow what he's been doing and his career, and of course his comedy. If you're not following us, please make sure you do on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and YouTube. And thank you so much for watching one more episode of Beyond Marketing Podcast. And I see you all soon in the next episode. Thank you so much.